You're locked in with the Innovators. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell.
You know, even when he did that in Seattle, you know, a lot of people try to take that situation with Big Donnie. You know, shout out to Big Donnie, man, and all the homies out there in Washington, Seattle, man. They took that situation with Big Donnie. Big Donnie's the one that grabbed the mic.
Gotcha.
That's my brother. That's my brother's childhood friend. A lot of them cats on that stage was my homeboys. A lot of them cats was GDs, Hoovers, Crips. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't really no bloods on the stage. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I'm only saying that so that it can be clarified and understood that what people thought it was, and maybe even Mess was confused and thought that it was a lot of bloods on stage, but it wasn't. It was a lot of homies from the South End, you know, in you know, Tacoma, you know what I'm saying, you know, and West Side Bloods or the you know, East Side Bloods or, you know, Hilltop, you know, and things of that nature that was up there on that stage. So when that happened, that was the homie Big Donnie. And he really didn't mean no harm. Like, you know, like if you talk to Big Donnie today, Big Donnie will tell you, he's like, I didn't even want that shit to turn out like that. That's fucked up, all the shit that people saying on the internet, because that wasn't his intention. Because to keep it a buck, when Mess had called me, because I didn't even know he was having a show at that time. I was in the Bay.
Yeah.
You know, and my peoples, the twins from out there at the record store, they from the CD from the Central District. They had buzz me in, and Mess got on the phone like, Chevelle. I'm like, who is this? He like it's Marvin, like, you know. Yeah. And I had told the homies like to look out for him till I got out there. He was like, come on here, I got a show. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm on my way. And so he was in a CD and it was all love. Big Donnie was there. They were looking out for Mess. Yeah. So when he took the mic, it wasn't so much as like he was, you know, like, nigga, give me the mic. Like, no, it didn't happen like that. It was more so like, yeah, cripping in the house too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know, my homeboy C4, the homie C4 was on the side. You know, if you ever go to Washington, you hear about C4, well known, well respected. You know what I mean? I can name all of the cats that was on the stage because I'm the one that was in Seattle, moving around. You see what I'm saying? So I can name everybody on the stage from Papa Black to Rob Walsh. You know what I'm saying? Marshawn Lynch, Brandon Roy, Jamal Crawford, like all of these people that we was letting in be on the stage. So when that situation turned out, it was just a miscommunication. And then Mess said what he said, and Big Donnie got mad, and then it just turned into a whole bunch of other shit. And then my young nigga Monster, you know what I'm saying, Hoover, Monster Rat, you know, that's who threw Big Donnie off the stage.
Yeah.
And my brothers, you know, Papas and T, they was you know, getting in that shit or whatever the case may be. But even with that situation, for a while I was pissed off at Mess because he got on what did he get on? He got on World Star and he did all of that weird shit with the computer and the pistol. And you know, the homie Chuck from Street Cred from Fillmore, he was like, you ain't gonna say nothing? And I was like, nah, man, I ain't finna do Mess like that. You know what I mean? And you know, Mess just didn't understand because before he did that video, he had called me and was like, man, tell all the homies out there, man, to thank you for helping him. You know what I'm saying? For not letting the situation get worse than how it got, right? And I told Mess, I said, man, they gonna deal with their own. Like, you good. Ain't nobody finna do nothing to you. Ain't nobody finna take your chains. And none of that shit's finna happen. And it didn't. But he got on the internet and he, you know, he felt like he needed to say something because of the comments and how, you know, motherfuckers was getting at him. And at that time, he had disrespected Too Short and Fab, and, you know, so they was on his ass, you know what I mean? And it was going however it was going. And I just kind of just sat back, you know, and ate a bag of pistachios and, you know, chewed on some popcorn and shit and watched it. It was, you know, like a movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we had a show at Papa's Pub in Seattle, and E40 was there, Be Legit, Duna, Jacka, Keek the Sneak, Marshawn Lynch. It was a lot of people there. And I just kind of just called everybody on stage. And I just said, man, we're going, because they had a fuck Messy Marv movement going on out there, and they couldn't wait for him to come out there and do another show. They was going to make an example out of Mess out there. And it was going on. It was going throughout all the streets. But so, tapped in out there, like really out there fucking with the trenches, with the gutter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I called all the homies on stage and I just told them, people make mistakes. We got love for Mess and we're gonna kill this fuck Messy Marv movement. But that was back then, I can't really speak to what was going on when I was in the penitentiary. I heard some shit and some things that he said, and I was just kind of a little bit disgusted behind it too, right? But at the end of the day, I'm saying like a nigga ain't